Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today for the Nexford Virtual Tour in October. We are going to wait just a few more minutes for more people to join us, but I'm happy to see we have 9 attendees so far. It would be great to hear more of you guys if you can just jump on the webinar chat and let us know more about you. So where in the world are you joining us from today, and which Nexford program are you interested to apply to? All right, I'm glad to see some people jumping on the chat already. Hi, Prince, joining from Nigeria. Hello. Aysigul from Istanbul, Turkey. Jimmy from South Sudan. Fantastic. So, Prince, you're interested in studying an MBA. Great choice. Very popular one for sure. Daniel is from Nigeria as well, and Brian from Rwanda. It's great to have you guys. Hi, Leonel from Zimbabwe, MBA. Great choice. Pierre from Rwanda. So Jimmy and Daniel and Aysegul from Istanbul, I'm curious which Nexford program you guys are interested to apply to. And have you done your research yet? Have you spoken with a Nexford Application Specialist by any chance? All right, great to see more people joining us. For those who've just joined, don't worry, you haven't missed much. We're just getting to know each other a little bit on the chat, wanting to know from the attendees which of you has already chosen a Nexford program that you wish to apply to, and where in the world are you joining us from today? So Daniel, you're interested in a master's in digital transformation. So that's our Master of Science in Digital Transformation, one of our newer master degree programs we launched since last year. As well as Michael is into an MBA in finance. Okay, that's great. We do not currently have a finance specialization specifically, Michael, but we do have a fintech and blockchain specialization that could suit you. So there are 6 MBA specializations currently to choose from. All right, Brian's interested in an MSDT, so that's also our MSc in digital transformation. Fantastic. Okay, so we have waited about 6 minutes in. I think we can get started for our webinar today. So let me just start by introducing myself. My name is Mai, and I'm a senior Nexford Application Specialist. I have been with Nexford for more than 5 years now, and during that time, I have spoken with many aspiring learners, such as yourselves, who are interested in joining Nexford and learning more about our programs. And I know you have a lot of questions. I get a lot of common ones about the Nexford learning experience specifically. Some of you have not studied online before, and you want to know more about the Nexford learning experience and how it is different from other online programs. What type of support are you going to receive throughout your learning journey at Nexford? And can you connect with other Nexford learners? And can you get assistance? And how do you get assistance from faculty members or anyone else assisting you throughout your Nexford program? So you're not going to feel alone. And I'm going to be sharing my screen today to show you how the online platform looks like. I am not a Nexford learner, but I will be joining through a demo account so everybody can see how the learning experience is like at Nexford. And I am also being joined by a faculty member at Nexford, Dr. Bill Reed, as well as 2 Nexford learners or graduates. So we've got Bukelwa and we've got Tobias. So I'd love for them to also introduce themselves. If we can get started with Dr. Bill.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I have been with Nexford for just over 4 years now. I have been teaching predominantly online for 25 years now. Started a long time ago. I live about 100 kilometers south of New York City in the United States. I've been here my entire life. And I enjoy teaching online, particularly in international arenas. I enjoy interacting with students from Africa, Europe, Asia, United States, South America. We have quite a collection here when we get going, and you join the class, you'll see many people from many corners of the world. So I think that's one of the exciting parts of it. And when they bring in their own experience and so on into the classroom, it can be quite a very solid learning experience. I think the opportunity here at Nexford is fine. Our systems are top notch. Our accreditations, we have a very fine product to offer you. And I hope you enjoy the next 15 minutes or so and learn a little bit about what we offer. But I'll be back later and I'll be happy to answer your questions when we get towards the end. So thank you for joining, and I'll talk to you in a few minutes.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Bill. All right. I'd love to hear from the learners as well. Tobias, if you can please introduce yourself to everybody and let us know which Nexford program you're studying and a little about your background.
Oh, thank you so much for the opportunity to be part of this very important virtual tour for the sake of myself and my colleague students who are either joining or planning to join Nexford University. My name is Tobias Nauruki. I'm currently taking a Bachelor of Business Administration. I'm in my final year of study. I'm looking forward to complete by possibly next year. My background, I have another undergraduate degree in pure and applied chemistry. Apparently, I'm the CEO and founder and also the president of Africa International Policy Research Center. This is a company that was incorporated in Kenya and working on different areas of focus, both business lines, research, evidence-based research in climate change, technology, and other key focus areas depending on the need of our clients we do support. Lastly, I'm also a keen student who look forward to take another postgraduate studies middle after this course still in Nexford University because of the key areas that have benefited from the institution so far. So thank you so much. That's my brief introduction.
Amazing. Thanks for joining today, Tobias. I'm excited for us to chat a little bit more later on. I'd love to hear from Bukelwa also. If you can please introduce yourself, let everybody know which Nexford program you're studying and a little more about you.
Good day, everyone. I am a proud graduate of Nexford University in the MBA program specializing in renewable energy. I am vocationally in sales and operations for Shell Downstream South Africa. And then I have got a marketing management BCom degree from the University of South Africa. And then my postgraduate is in business administration in a local college called Mancosa. So I'm quite excited to be part of this webinar. And I'm glad that the university has evolved, because when I started with my program in 2022, I only learned of the university online. And I decided to give it a chance because most people are skeptical. So I decided to be one of those people who are going to give a new university a chance. Over and above that, it worked very well in terms of affordability. The fact that I was able to pay a monthly fee versus a lump sum, which I needed to commit to. Over and above that, the fact that it was competency-based, I'll share later on in terms of how I benefited from interacting with the different groups, including the professors, in terms of how they are very supportive. I'm excited to see Dr. Reed because he was one of my supporters. I beg your pardon, my lecturers, who was very supportive. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Bukelwa, definitely excited to hear more about your experience a little later on, especially that you've already graduated from Nexford. All right, so we have gotten through the introductions, guys. I know some people have just joined us. Some attendees have only just joined. You haven't missed except just the introductions. This webinar is being recorded, so you can watch a playback on our YouTube channel once it's uploaded. Once we're done today, just want to let everyone know also that we are welcoming questions at the end of the webinar. We will have a Q&A portion, so a question and answer portion at the very end. There is a Q&A box or a Q&A segment in your Zoom application. I encourage everybody to drop their questions there so we don't miss out on them. I know some people tend to drop their questions in the webinar chat, just don't want it to get lost in between the different messages. So just to ensure we receive your question and we can answer them at the end, please send them in the Q&A portion of your Zoom application. All right, fantastic. So I think we can get started, guys. I will start sharing my screen so that everybody can start to see the online learning platform. Right, so with a show of hands from the attendees, I'd love to just confirm how many of you can see my screen right now. All right, Dr. Bill, always the first to raise your hand. All right, thanks Tobias as well. From the attendees, we've got Prince, Johnson, Lionel, Patience. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Isagul as well, and Brian. Okay, fantastic. So I can see that everyone can see my screen right now, so let's get started. So what everyone's currently looking at is the homepage of the online learning platform at Nexford. The learning management system that we use is called Canvas. It's very user-friendly, and there is a mobile application that you can download as well. This is how that application looks like. As you can see, you can download it on the Google Play Store. If you have an Android or you have an iPhone, you can definitely download this application also. So it's called Canvas Student, and it's also very functional in that you can access your online program, you can check your grades, your assignments, you can do some assignments on your mobile phone, you can send messages, connect with learners, fellow learners, or faculty members, check your grades and your calendar and get notifications directly on your mobile phone. So I do recommend downloading the Canvas Student application, but of course, learning at Nexford is 100% online, and it is required that you have a personal computer or a laptop in order to study at Nexford. So this is the laptop version or the website version here. Again, it's called Canvas, and for both the mobile application and the website version or the desktop version, you do need to complete your enrollment at Nexford in order to access our online platform. So you need to have completed your application, received hopefully a successful application decision, and then moved on to the enrollment stage in order to access our online platform. So once you're fully enrolled at Nexford, you will receive your login credentials through which you can log into our online platform and start your studying. So if you get enrolled today or anytime, we do accept learners every single month, and our programs start on the beginning of each month. So the next intake you can join would be on November 1. That's the nearest intake that you can join. If you miss the deadline for that intake, which is maximum today, by the way, everyone, normally it's the 28th, but 29th today, we are allowing learners to complete their enrollment so that they can join our next or our nearest intake, which is on the 1st of November. If you're not able to complete your application and enrollment today, the next intake that you can join would be on December 1. So once you get your login credentials after enrollment, regardless of when your start date is, you're going to have access already to the online platform, which means if you enroll early and choose a future start date, you'll still have access to all of the learner benefits and still be able to navigate through Canvas, learn more about the online platform, and then, like I said, also gain access to all of the learner benefits that I will be covering today. So part of getting enrolled also is that you need to complete the NXU Orientation. So the boxes in front of you here represent either courses that you're enrolled in or resources you always have access to, such as the Writing Lab. We'll also cover this a little later on once we talk about the learner benefits. But the NXU Orientation is sort of your welcome package once you get enrolled at Nexford. It's a short course that can be completed in as little as 30 minutes. It only has 4 modules, which is different from any standard Nexford course. So I want to show you the difference between the NXU Orientation and, for example, Business Analytics. So this is the NXU Orientation. You'll see the table of contents on the side here. Compared to a standard Nexford course, you see that there's more to cover on the side right here. And then in the modules section also, like I said, the NXU Orientation only has 4 modules. You're not being graded for this. This is just your welcome package so that you can get used to the online platform and get all the resources that you need. So as you can see, 4 modules, whereas the standard course has 6 modules and a final project. This is module 2, and 3, and so on. And if I scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see the final project right there, right after module 6. Hopefully we get a chance to cover more of the courses a little later on, but let's just jump back to the NXU orientation. Like I said, you're not being graded for this, but it will let you know everything, to succeed in the online platform. You're going to get access to all of the university policies and learn more about grading and so much more. So let's just jump to the first section here, the first module, just an introduction to the Nexford community. Right from the beginning, everybody gets a welcome video from our founder and our CEO, Fadl Tarzi, where he tells everybody a bit more about Nexford and how we got started, so you can learn more about Nexford's mission. So I'd like to play this for everybody.
It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams, so why not dream big? I've always known education changes lives, but I first realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to find people with the right competencies. For example, I couldn't find a software engineer with effective communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could plan. I thought to myself, is this why unemployment stats of college graduates grab so many media headlines? And it's not a graduate's fault. Burdened by heavy debt, cohorts of learners walk away from university unprepared for the workplace. That's why I set out to create a university for you, one that I'm convinced has the potential to positively impact lives as well as millions worldwide. I'm Fadl Al-Tarzi, and I can proudly say that I'm the founder and CEO of Nexford University. Expect.
All right, that is just a sneak peek. Hopefully you can watch it in its entirety once you get enrolled at Nexford. I want to say that this video right here is a small example of the different and dynamic elements through which you're going to be doing your studying at Nexford. It's not just going to be a lot of text, so we don't want our learners falling asleep. You're going to find videos like these, so a mix of videos, a mix of downloadable resources, interactive exercises. There's always something to keep you engaged. And for every video, you'll find there's a written transcript that you can download, which can be super useful for the modules that you're studying within your program. As you progress through the orientation, we encourage you from the beginning to join these learner WhatsApp groups. It's really helpful to have a study buddy from the beginning of your program, especially those who have also just joined at Nexford. So since we have learners from more than 110 countries around the world right now, you're going to find WhatsApp groups that are country-specific, program-specific, or intake-specific. Also have the option to get connected with peer mentors who are current Nexford learners that are dedicated to making you feel welcome and help you get settled in the new learning environment. You can even be a peer mentor yourself a little later on once you're experienced studying at Nexford. If you do want to get connected with a peer mentor, just reach out to our success team or our learner success team, and I'll tell you guys more about who they are specifically. For every course at Nexford, there's a discussion forum, normally used to discuss different topics within the module. But for the orientation course, we're giving you a prompt to introduce yourself to the community. You can write a little bit more about yourself. Some people like to share a link to their LinkedIn profile, tell everyone more about their previous educational background or work background and why they joined Nexford. So I did mention this is a demo account. I am not a Nexford learner, so you will find this area at the bottom here that's locked. It's closed for comments, but normally you'll be able to see the posts from other learners and you can engage with their posts as well and have discussions with fellow learners. Then here you get access to the important policies and the different resources at Nexford, such as the Nexford University Knowledge Base and the Learner Success Resource Center and so much more. And then you learn more about navigating through Canvas, so some of which we're going to do today already to learn more about the different items here on the left side navigation pane and how to access your courses and how to go to your your account area here to have full control over the different types of notifications that you receive. Then getting help, I did mention our learner success team. So our learner success team is comprised of success advisors that are posted all around the world, which allows you 24/7 access to contact them, whether that's through WhatsApp or sending them an email or scheduling a call with them. So you'll see here there is a booking link where you can schedule a 1-hour session with any success advisor. Just choose a date that suits you in a different timing. You can move forward also to different dates and find different timings to connect with success advisors. So success advisors can serve as your coach or mentor throughout your Nexford program. You'll find that they often reach out to you before you even think of reaching out to them. And that is because they track your progress. They can tell if you're struggling throughout your Nexford program, or if it seems like you're falling behind or anything like that. You'll often find they'll reach out to you before you think of reaching out to them. Of course, if you have any technical difficulties, instead you can contact also our tech team or our IT support team. All right, guys, so this is just a sneak peek of the orientation. Like I said, it takes only about 30 minutes to complete it, to give you all the tools that you need to succeed in the online platform. So the next thing I want to do is I just want to jump to the leadership and organizational development course. This is one of the MBA courses at Nexford. You'll see for every Nexford course, there's a people area. If you jump to the people area, you can see who's the teacher that is teaching this course. Again, this is a demo account, so you're only seeing my name right here, but normally you can see the list of all the students that are enrolled in the course with you also. Just look at the column for that says role, and you can see student or teacher. Right, so Dr. Bill, I'd love to give the mic to you here. If you can please shed some light on this course for everybody and let us know more about it.
I would be happy to. Thank you, Mai. This is a course which outlines the traditional looking course that is offered at Nexford. I'd like to spend just a couple minutes talking about the assignments and then the rubrics that are associated with that. So Mai, if you would open up an assignment and we could show everyone just how organized it is and how clear it is. What you're looking at here is what you have to do for that particular course in Module 2. You see the overview, you see the scenario, and the instructions. It's all right there. That is the assignment. It explains what your response should be and how it should look, number of pages and or number of PowerPoint slides. It will guide you in your reading. It will go over the parts that are important to know. One of the things that impresses me most about Nexford is the clarity and simplicity of the assignments and getting the work done. Through the design course process, a lot of the unnecessary materials have been eliminated. And what is here is what you need to know to add to your knowledge base to move ahead in this particular course and program. You'll see here even some assignment tips. It should be 3 to 5 pages. Support your insights with sources. Referencing is important, but we can have a conversation about that if anybody has questions later. But the important thing I want to highlight here is the direction and clarity of the work that's expected. Some people come into our programs who already have business experience. Others maybe need a little more help in certain areas. Some of you may be just starting off in a job or a career. So each of these courses and assignments are designed with that in mind, which is why I always tell my entering students here to read the entire course over the day you get it. The day you get access to your first course, look through all the assignments, plan your time. I think you will find time management is one of the key successors in achieving a degree here at Nexford, or working online for that matter. Discipline is important. Timing is important. So as you look through the course, you can see ones you say, well, I might be a little more familiar with this, so this one's not going to take that much time. And then you may come across an assignment that you've never heard of. You don't know what it means at all. That is normal. It is absolutely normal. It happens in every program I've been associated with for 25, 26 years now. So by reading ahead, you get an idea of the course, you get an idea of the topics. Keeping records for yourself. Keep all your assignments. You never know when you can use them again. Keep all your references that you uncover. You never know when you can use them again. So this is the instructions all about change leadership plan. It happens my terminal degree is in leadership, management, performance, and leadership. So this course is right up my road, and able to speak about it freely. I think it's good to know that aside from these instructions that you get, also provided with each assignment is a set of rubrics. Now, if they're right here, is Maya showing us now, each assignment has a number of rubrics, 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your roadmap to success in this course. We tell you exactly what I or any professor will be looking at to grade your assignment, to measure your learning. You see the basic requirements. Then you can see content, organization of the paper. We have writing styles, particularly important in the master's program because communication is an underlying component of any master's course. Not only do you have to know the material to benefit from your degree, you have to be able to speak it, look it, and sound it. So by writing at a graduate level or writing at a bachelor's level, it shows that you're advanced learning. It knows you recognize the protocols used for communication at these levels, and so on. You see right here, this one, writing clarity and quality is important. And on the bottom, you say NXU formatting. Just briefly on NXU formatting, it's highly dependent on a style that's called APA writing style. Not something you have to be overly concerned with. In fact, when you get into a course, I have a few tips for there that just really simplifies this amazingly. But it does make your paper present as a professional document of a person who's acquired additional learning, whether it be bachelor's, master's, associate's degree, doctorate, or whatever one you end up working on finally, will greatly help you present your papers correctly. As I said, you have to know the material and you have to present the material. Degrees will open doors for you. When you get in the door, you still have to know what you're talking about and do so. This is why Nexford University has done an exceptional job of clarifying the learning. We can simplify this. What you've just seen is 95% of what you have to do in this course, aside from writing it. Nexford can provide the guidance. Nexford can provide these rubrics. Nexford can provide the organization of the program. You, on your shoulders, is responsible for the energy to do it and the dedication to do it. Earning a degree, I have seldom in 25 years of doing this found someone who's got a degree and has never used it well. Sometime it comes up. A short personal story. I have a family member who got an MBA degree. It never meant much to that person along the years. Finally, he decided in his 40s that he wanted to change careers, went into teaching, and needed an MBA degree to get hired. So it always helps you at some point, even if it's not formally recognized, it helps your confidence. You not only learn the material in these courses, you learn an awful lot about yourself, about your boundaries, about your limits, about how to break your limits, and how to exceed your boundaries and expectations. That is one of the most rewarding parts of courses and learning and obtaining a degree. Those are the two areas I wanted to just highlight. I'm going to be here throughout, so we can answer questions about this later. If you have any others, happy to. But in the meantime, I will turn the mic now back to Mai to move on because she has a lot of other important things to share with you too, but I'll talk to you in a little bit. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Bill. I hope that was insightful for everybody. I do want to get send a reminder for all the attendees that we are taking questions at the end of the webinar today. So if you have any questions about the learning experience, or perhaps you want to, send any questions to Dr. Bill or maybe Bukelwa or Tobias, that would be amazing. We'd love to hear from you guys. We're here to help you and hopefully assist you with your Nexford application or Nexford journey today. So yeah, I want to talk more also about the learning experience in general. So I know I get this question a lot, is that people think that, you know, studying at Nexford is through live lectures. So that is not the main, you know, format. There are live lectures that are not mandatory. They're optional to join. Faculty members will host live lectures twice a month. I really encourage for everybody to join those, because you do get tips on succeeding in your course. They're very, very useful. While they're not, you know, while they are optional, I do think, you know, it's very, very insightful for a lot of learners. And I want to say that there aren't fixed class times, so we do have a flexible pay structure at Nexford. As long as you're able to allocate anywhere from 10 to 15 or maybe 15 to 20 hours studying per week at your most convenient time, and just ensure that you're meeting the assessment and assignment deadlines, I know you're going to be on track to succeed in your Nexford program. So if anyone has questions about, you know, the studying pace at Nexford or anything like that, we're happy to take those questions in the webinar today. So I do want to ask our first question here to one of our Nexford learners, Tobias. If you can please let everybody know, you know, more about your experience with assessments and assignment submissions and professor feedback. Tobias, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you so much for that question. Being at Nexford University is a very important moment and a journey that any student, either in physical classes at campus or virtually, encounters. Since I joined Nexford University in 2022, there have been a tremendous step for me, from managing my time, submission of assignments, reading through my modules to be able to be up to date on the different information. My lecturer has always been very keen to update us, and also following through on the assignments I didn't do well, to be able to submit another assignment. To respond to the question on how have I been managing all this, since I joined the university, I was employed and managing my assignments at workplace, and also sitting for assignments, reading the modules and submitting the assignments on time has been within my radar, and my program in my diary, always being up to date on every day in the morning to wake up to ensure that besides the general work at my professional engagement, I have an assignment to do to ensure I read through the module within the budgeted time. I do the assignment within the specific time before the 7 days elapses for me to be able to submit the assignment. Number two, also checking on the communications from the lecturer so that I'm up to date on the key information that I need to be aware of before submitting assignment. Also attending virtual classes to be able to get more insights on the course modules, and also seeking consulting my colleague students, something I've been doing before I submit an assignment. I need to know this information that is not contained in the module. References may be available on the Nexford library, but there's some more information I need to get from the lecturer, which I used all the time since I joined the university, to be able to ask my lecturer on what exactly I need to be able to be aware, clarity on a specific topic. Then also my colleague students on the experience from the previous module assignment they did, how can I be able to do better, to be able to perform in that module? And if there isn't, I visit all the time the library. Up to date, that's what I've been working on, and I've never missed to submit my assignment on time. And whenever I have a challenge, Nexford Learner Success Team has always been reaching out to me. We talk within the scheduled time frame to be able to discuss on how I can be able to do better if I'm missing to submit the assignment on time, so that I'm up to date. I'm also meeting the deadlines so that I don't fail my assignments, but always pass, not only just to pass as well, but gain the knowledge and skills required today and tomorrow in my other engagements.
Amazing. Thanks, Tobias. Thanks for sharing. All right. I'm glad to hear that. I'd love to hear also from Bukelwa, if you can let everybody know also more about your experience, but in regards to success team support during your learning journey, and were you at any point able to reach out to fellow learners for help instead?
Absolutely. There were two types of support that I got from the university. You get support via WhatsApp group, which is convenient for everyone at the comfort of your home or wherever you are. The second one was via email. So every course that you start, there is a dedicated WhatsApp group where you meet your fellow learners. If you have any questions over and above the support that you get from your professor. So it was very helpful. The only lag was the time difference, but it's definitely there available 24/7, which helped a lot in my journey with Nexford University. Thank you, Maya.
All right, thank you so much, Bukelwa. Okay, all right. I haven't seen any questions, I think, that have been sent yet in the Q&A. I really encourage you guys to send your questions. All right, as I said that, we got our first anonymous attendee question. That's great. All right, please guys, send in more. We are nearing our Q&A portion. We're just gonna jump back to the online platform to go through some of the basic features and then talk about the learner benefits. All right, I'm sharing my screen. Dashboard here. You'll see in the left side navigation pane, this follows you no matter where you go in the online platform. If you click on courses, it's just going to give you an overview of the courses that you're currently enrolled in. And history will just take you to the most recent pages you accessed in the online platform, which can be really handy when you're studying and you want to jump between different sections. Account will give you, I think I mentioned it earlier, it will give you control over the types of notifications that you have. You can control all of your account settings in that area. And then if you go to calendar, you'll see that depending on the courses that you're enrolled in, there are items automatically added in your calendar already. And they're color coded. If you want to just filter them to get organized and do some planning, just click on that. You'll see some of the items will, disappear, and you'll see that the colors that you see here are something you can control from the main dashboard. By just clicking on these three dots on any of the courses, you can select different colors, which reflects in the calendar. I know for some people, this helps them get organized. You can even do a color overlay just to differentiate between the different courses. And, this can will be really, really useful, of course, to have these notifications also on your mobile app if you do download the mobile application. That way you never miss out on anything important. You can also click anywhere and add your own event or add your own to-do item. If you click on more options, you can add more details to just flesh out that event a little bit more. You can add formatting, you can add any frequency if you want that reminder to repeat, and then just create the event. And this can be synchronized with your PC or your laptop or your mobile phone. And then we have the inbox, which is also one of the many ways you can communicate with professors or fellow learners. You do receive announcements sometimes from faculty straight to your inbox. But I want to show you how easy it is to compose a new message. Just select the course that you're currently enrolled in. Let's say leadership and organizational development. Do you want to speak with a teacher or a student? Again, I'm not an expert learner. That's why I have some limitations here in my demo access, but you should be able to send messages also to teachers, not just students. Then you would be able to see a list of the students that are enrolled in that course with you as well. Just select somebody you want to send a message to, put your subject and your message and send. And it is that easy. So that is one of the many ways you can communicate. Another way is within the courses themselves. You'll see there's a live chat area. So anyone who's online also is someone you can chat with. Should be able to see if anyone else is online at that time and send a message. You can send emojis and so on. That's one of the many ways, guys. We've discussed the discussion forums, the inbox messages, as well as the chat area. And of course, if you have any contact info also with the learners, you can communicate with them via that. Then there's the WhatsApp groups as well. All right, next I want to talk about the writing lab. So I mentioned this earlier today. We know that not everybody is a natural born writer, and for the types of assignments you may be required to do at Nexford, there could be types of formatting you're not used to. Perhaps you need help with your academic writing, you need help with your research skills. So you can just jump to the module section here. And you'll see there are some papers that give you some advice in regards to writing. You'll see some of these are videos. You can see that from the icon that's next to it as well. So you'll see that this, this cutting edge writing lab is going to give you advice, expert guidance, whether it's around style guide or plagiarism, or how you can master the latest techniques for ethical AI use in research and content creation. You'll see tips also on English grammar and paragraph structure and so much more. And again, if this doesn't answer the question that you have in mind, you can always reach out to a success advisor, like I mentioned earlier today, through the many ways that you can communicate with them. All right, and moreover, there's also the NXU library. So the Nexford University library is a robust library of over 60 million resources. It covers so many different topics. You'll see that these include databases, thousands of databases, articles and different publications, ebooks. It's a great research tool for you to utilize while you're studying at Nexford as well. So this is accessible anytime, anywhere for no additional cost. It's included already in your Nexford tuition. Another thing that is also already included in your Nexford tuition is LinkedIn Learning, and it is connected to LinkedIn. If you haven't heard of LinkedIn Learning, normally you need a paid subscription to be able to access these courses, over 16,000 LinkedIn Learning courses that can really help boost your resume and sharpen the skills that you're learning at Nexford, or perhaps you want to learn additional skills next to your Nexford program. That's a great thing, is that it doesn't have to be related to the Nexford program that you're currently studying. If perhaps you're studying data analytics and you're interested in, let's say, marketing, you can take additional courses on LinkedIn Learning and gain additional certificates next to your Nexford program. So it's a great way, again, to boost your resume. It can accelerate your career growth. You do receive a certificate of completion once you complete the Nexford LinkedIn Learning course. You see, you'd love to share this on their profile. You can add it to your CV. It's a great way to show your current or future employer that you're gaining additional skills and not just waiting to apply them once you complete your Nexford program. So LinkedIn Learning is one of our many learner benefits that's included already in your Nexford tuition. Another one is IB Digital Nation Africa, so it's IBM DNA for short, and it's for those that are already based in Africa. You'll have access to this also, and for those who are interested in cybersecurity or programming or AI, then this is the place for you. And then we also have Forage. It's already a free resource, but we also partnered up with them to provide you also recommendations throughout your Nexford program. So what I mean by that is, for LinkedIn Learning, you will also find LinkedIn Learning courses already embedded in your Nexford modules. And that way there are certificates you can already be guided to take that is related to what you're studying. But of course, you can always take something that is not related to the Nexford program you're currently studying. The same for Forage. You can really get a head start on your career with Forage's job simulations. These are free job simulations that you can take, but at real companies like JP Morgan and Accenture. So these immersive experiences let you practice real world skills that can build your confidence and give you a competitive edge in the job market. This way you can, be ready to unlock your potential and intermediate level all receive a certificate of completion once you complete them. As you can see, one of our learners was able to take like customer service job simulation courses at Forage. All right, so these are one of the many learner benefits. If anyone has questions about them, please share. We are nearing the Q&A portion already. But I do want to hear again from our Nexford learners, if I can hear from Bukelwa, if you can let everyone also learn more about any networking opportunities you were able to tap into, perhaps through LinkedIn Learning, maybe during your Nexford program or even post-graduation.
Okay, so there's a couple of networks. For example, when there's a link to Canvas, as you have demonstrated, where you are able to ask NXU. So during that time, you are able to network like with different people from the university itself. And then also via LinkedIn, you get to meet your fellow learners so that you can continue to either encourage or support them. So there is an ongoing network that happens from the time that you, for example, when you're doing your orientation, one of the modules I can remember prompts you to connect with one of the learners so that it helps you in your journey as well to know that you are not alone. There are other people that support you. Thank you, Maya.
Okay, thank you so much, Bukelwa. All right, and can you perhaps let everyone know more about your Nexford learning journey in terms of, how it changed your life so far?
No, absolutely. As Dr. Bill was speaking, I was smiling all the time. And as you are showing Canvas, I can attest. It's just not that it's a pity, but I am testament to everything that you have shown, because that is the journey that I took in everything that you have shown. Even at the beginning of the course, the professor or your lecturer will introduce themselves and give you clear instructions in terms of how to get hold of them. And one of the things that I can relate to that Dr. Reed said is that it has definitely boosted my confidence, because previously I would look at vacancies and I will see that it requires an MBA, and yet I did not have. I mean, as I've mentioned in the start, that my MBA is specializing in renewable energy. We all know that we are in the global warming topic is a universal topic. So that is how my connections have helped. Thank you. Networking.
Amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. And it's great to see that, you were smiling throughout Dr. Bill talking about the experience and that you can definitely relate, when I was showing the Canvas earlier today also. So I'm super happy to hear that, and I hope that is really encouraging also and inspiring for the attendees that we have today. I'd love to hear from Tobias also, if you can just tell us what were some of your favorite parts so far studying with Nexford, and what were some of your challenges? Because naturally there will be some challenges also, especially at the beginning, trying an online program. So I'd love to hear more about that. Tobias, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, fantastic. Were you able to hear my question? I was simply asking about some of your favorite parts and perhaps some of your challenges studying with Nexford so far.
Yeah, there are quite not much challenges. Obvious on time management and managing your schedules, meeting the deadlines sometimes becomes an issue, especially when you are at work plus and also traveling. So, but all that can be managed. Here, the challenge is one, if the assignment is to be submitted within a period of 7 days. I recall at some point I was almost missing to submit the assignment on time, having read through the module, only to find myself on the last day of the submission. So that was a little bit of a challenge. Number two, time zones sometimes affect what time you need to attend the classes virtually. The East African time is totally different from if you have a lecturer coming from the US who like to have a class in the evening. His time or her time will be early morning or late night, your time. So that becomes a challenge that makes one to miss a class. Another little bit of a challenge is on also time management with regards to um, managing to read through the module and be able to understand the scope of that time management, having everything done within 7 days. Sometimes, not all the time, it made me not to be able to handle on time, but I was able to um, manage following the subsequent webinars I was able to attend. How can I be able to manage time if I'm traveling? I need to do assignments before or prior to my travel schedules. If I have a lot on my desk at workplace, I need to manage myself to be able to handle those assignments within that specified time so that I don't delay. Managing classes vis-a-vis time zone, I was able to check on the calendar of my lecturer and planned with her, and I was able to attend classes on time. Sometimes I visited the recorded classes so that I'm updated on the class and the different issues with regards to the module that were discussed. So it is all about me and my schedule and the calendar and also the diary. You may have a Google Calendar or your own diary, but sometimes people miss to check their diaries. So to manage your time, to manage your schedules, to manage the assignments, it depends on how you manage yourself as a person, how you manage the modules, how you talk to your lecturer, you talk to your learner success team, then also how to handle your own personal issues. All that inclusive was able to help me to date. I've not had any issue, but initially from the beginning, those challenges emerged, obvious from being the first time to attend classes virtually and to be able to submit assignments virtually. Those discrepancies always emerge. Then lastly, another very biggest challenge I faced was on referencing. Nexford University has a different referencing way of referencing your assignments. When you do assignments, you need to ensure you meet at the university guidelines. The first assignments I didn't score to my expectation because I didn't meet the guidelines as prescribed in the student guide booklet. But subsequently, following reading the different materials in the library, and then also asking my lecturer and being in touch with my colleague students and also the alumni and the learner success team, I was able to catch up. Then good enough also we have very excellent materials that I was able to refer to, and then subsequent assignments I was able to be up to date, and I was able to do very clear referencing, following the clear guidelines on how I need to submit my assignments and meet the standard of Nexford University. So all that happens, especially when you are a new student, on a virtual classes, submitting assignments virtually. You may copy and paste. Sometimes students do because they're in a hurry, is part of the challenge, so that they meet the deadlines. Those are challenges. Then you find yourself failing to meet your target and the grade you wanted. Then also losing hope when you fail, when you receive a fail in an assignment, that makes you to lose hope in doing the next assignment. So that becomes also a challenge. It happened to me once, but following the guidance of my lecturer, I was able to catch up on the next assignment on that specific module, and I was able to pass. I did fail because I didn't do what was expected of me as a student to meet the requirements of my lecturer, the university guidelines, and also I didn't read the module to the end. So I answered the questions in my imagination, but subsequently I had to do and tackle the assignments within the guidelines. So thank you so much for that question. It helped me all around, and I hope it will help my colleague students to be able to catch up with the university guidelines and do their best to be able to meet the assignments requirements, follow up with the lecturers, attend classes. If you miss classes, follow the pre-recorded classrooms, and then also consult your colleague students, seek the alumni, get to know their experience, and the learner success team are always there, available for us to be able to ask them questions, and also the administration is always there to, if you like to appeal for a failed assignment or you are dissatisfied of your lecturer's grading, always the lecturer will listen and the administration will always be there to help you to be able to amicably solve an issue that was very huge for you to be able to handle. So there's no problem that is never solved. Always it depends on your perception, mindset, and doing the best at your own self. Thank you so much.
Yep. Mai, if I just might add, I think Tobias just made some of the best ways to describe the learning. He used the word challenges along the way with his referencing and all that. Well, that's all learning. And you know, I've watched it and I've done it myself, and I've seen other students. When you face something that seems impossible, when you're really challenged, when you're ready to take your laptop and throw it in the garbage, when you're ready to fold the books up and forget it, you're probably on the verge of learning something very important. So find that extra ounce of energy, go that little extra distance, and I think you'll come through that challenge much better than you ever expected. Thank you.
Yes, I love that. Thank you so much for adding, Dr. Bill. Definitely, that was a great way to explain your learning experience so far and very, very detailed. There's really some, gems in what you shared with everybody, Tobias, and I hope everybody takes some notes. A lot of what you said is very, very relevant, especially with the Nexford learning experience also, hopefully to succeed, at the end of your program. I see that Jimmy was asking about live classes in the Q&A. We've also got Leonel saying, thank you for the response. Another one I heard Tobias mention, recorded lectures. Kindly shed more light on those. So, maybe Tobias, if you want to talk more about the recorded lectures, please feel free to.
Okay, yeah. Just as what we're doing at the moment, this is a recorded webinar. Nexford University has designed classes in a very simple, manageable way where everyone, wherever you are, whether you are in DRC, Congo, or you are in America, you will always be able to catch up with the classes you missed. When you check on your Canvas, Nexford University, when you are admitted for the first time in the institution, you are given login details for you to access all the university essential tools for learning. One among the tools for learning, you're given an email address that will help you to be able to register your Microsoft Teams. Most classes, lecturers schedule them through Microsoft Teams, which allows you to interact with the fellow students even during the class time. And those Microsoft Teams classes are recorded and they're uploaded on your Canvas account. So if you miss, like for example, today, you're missing this webinar. This webinar is recorded, will be uploaded and allows each and everyone to be able to follow and be able to catch up on the information he or she was able to miss, either because you're busy at workplace or you're traveling or doing something urgent that requires your attention. For pre-recorded classes also, they contain from the what when the lecturer starts to teach to the last time also engagement with the students. So that is recorded plus the material shared during the session, the classes, even if it is 2 or 3 hours, you will get that information on your Canvas account. So what students are required to do before you open your module or you like to catch up with the class that you missed, you check on your resources or classes on the announcements. The lecturer normally announces, and this if I've been able, maybe with your permission, you'll be able to show that to my colleagues. On the canvas, it has all the requirements that you need to get. One, you will get the library. You will get to access to the LinkedIn account materials for pre-recorded master classes. You'll also be able to see some resources from other different institutions attached on that. For classes, if you like to attend, let's say tomorrow's class, you check on the announcements where the lecturer announces the next class at a specific time with a link attached so that you're able to access using your Microsoft Teams. And the best way to be able to listen and follow the class, if you have a computer, it is the best device to use so that you're able to see each and everyone attending the class and get the clean information and message you want to hear from that class. And then also, if you miss to ask a question at that moment, the lecturers are always available to ask questions. There's also an avenue for you to reach out to the lecturer privately to ask a question. Then the lecturer will be able to reach out to you with a response. If you are not satisfied, the lecturers always give a way to be able to, you ask more questions to get clarity and even write an email for a detailed communication for information you would like to get. Lastly, sometimes we may not get all this information that you've asked, either the resources for the webinars, the resources for the classes. The Nexford students who have been there, like me and other students, alumni, or the Nexford University success team, they're always there to be able to help you to navigate through the system. I do understand that information technology is not good for all of us, but we can't miss to help each other to catch up with the system, to be able to understand how best to handle our classes at our own pace, to be able to get the information we require, be updated with the modules, the summarized information you need to use, be able to answer questions, always reach out and be able to get assistance. But in general view, all you've asked is available on Canvas and you'll be able to get that information. If you didn't register or open an account on Canvas, then you need to revisit your registration process or reach out to the administration that will help you so that you get all you need and do what is required of you as a student so that you don't fail to meet the expectation as a student. Before you graduate, you pass the exams and be able to graduate with the excellent grades for you to proceed or be promoted in whatever position you are, or to help you as a leader in your own personal way. So thank you so much. I hope I've helped in responding to that question. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tobias. Yes, I hope that answered your question, Jimmy, as well as Lionel. If you have more questions, please don't feel shy to send them in the Q&A area. I'd love now also to hear from Bukelwa. If you can let everyone know just what your final advice is for, these current or aspiring learners at Nexford.
If one is looking for flexibility when they are studying, if one is looking for an affordable university, if one is looking for 24/7 support, I would encourage you to join Nexford University. I mean, I know they have got different programs. I enrolled in the masters. I know they've got like a bachelor's of business administration. So I do not regret my decision to study with Nexford University. And I mean, while you are studying as well, you get an opportunity to take a break in between. In my particular case, in sharing best practice, when I wanted to take leave during December, one of the advisors advised me that to ensure that you finish on time, do not, as daunting it might seem, to be studying through the festive season. Indeed, it was a bit quieter, but you commit because you've got the goal in mind. So I do not regret it, and I would encourage anyone that wants flexibility and affordability in order to complete their studies. Thank you.
Incredible, very well said. Thank you very much, Bukelwa. Tobias, I know you've shared a lot about your, experience, but if you can maybe summarize, do you think for everyone also any, final advice that you have for the current and aspiring learners?
Thank you. My best advice I can give to whoever is listening or watching us is we have always yearned to be where we want to be as professionals, either looking forward to study a program that you've desired yourself to be, like Masters in Business Administration or Information Technology. And classes have been a challenge. Attending classes physically to many professionals is always a challenge. My advice to you, Nexford University has given everyone a platform to be able to, within his or her own pace, to study without any disturbance. You've been given a platform to study at your own pace, to pay fees at a flexible rate, a rate that no institution has offered any of the professionals around the globe. You have been looking for an institution where you can manage your own time, you can manage your own professional line of engagement, you can be able to manage your family issues. Nexford University has given us that platform. The materials and the resources available, have been able to look for such materials in any other university offering virtual classes I've never found. So I do encourage each and everyone who is looking forward to study virtually at his or her own comfort, either in a family setting or a professional line of engagement at work, to choose Nexford University as the best institution to be able to apply any course you like to boost your skills, knowledge, and understanding in your workplace to be able to study. Then also flexibility in payment of your fees. Consider the materials that you'll never get anywhere, given a platform to be able to interact with your lecturers at your own pace, at your own time, take guidance and advice, even at your own professional line where you will fail, because as professional, we don't have everything we need to do best at work, but we have people and professionals who are ready to give us their insights and guidance on how best to navigate through challenges at workplace, challenges at family, challenges even in our communication skills, given a platform to be able to also engage with people you've never known, networking with people you've never thought you'd meet, internationally and even locally. So finally, to those who have already joined, starting may be a problem. Starting may be challenging. Managing time, paying fees on time may be challenging, but don't give up. You still have time to be able to navigate through. There are so many people who have time to listen to. Ask questions to the alumni, ask questions to the administration, the learner success team, and also for us who've been there for a while now. We will always be there to help you. To those who are progressing, when you fail a unit or a module assignment, please don't give up. Reach out to your lecturer. You'll always find a way to find a solution to the challenges you're facing. When you fail an assignment today, doesn't mean tomorrow you'll not do better. Always revisit your modules, revise, redo the assignment in a proper way, follow the guidelines. If you forget anything, all materials are available for you to make reference on. Go back, review, and redo the assignment. We always in a learning journey. It doesn't matter how old you are. What matters is what are you looking for? Are you looking for success in your career? This is the platform. Are you looking for success and progress in whatever you want to achieve tomorrow? Nexford University has everything to give you, and this is the best way to go. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best for those joining us, and for those who are looking forward to join us. Please don't fear to come, because here, this is our home, and let us build together and encourage others to join us to build a future we would like to be. in careers we dream for. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tobias. Thank you for that. So yeah, I know we've taken a few questions live. I know there's a pending question here from an anonymous attendee, and I know Jimmy wants to know as well. That question being, I have always had the question about using Nexford's degree for master's in Kenya, as I got to learn that it's currently not CU certified. So I do want to let everybody know that you can Nexford, in Kenya, because it can be recognized by the Commission of University Education. That's the CUE. And you can learn more about our accreditation on our website. I'd love to also let everybody know more about our accreditation in general. I know that is one of the common questions that we get. So let me just share my screen here. Just more on Nexford's accreditation is that Nexford is accredited by the Distance Education Accrediting Commission, which is the DEAC for short. The DEAC is listed by the U.S. Department of Education as a recognized accrediting agency and is also recognized by the Council for Higher Education Accreditation, which is CHIA for short. The DEAC accreditation certifies that Nexford is legitimate and can provide high-quality education that meets U.S. online university standards. It'll also be easier for you to use your Nexford credentials to enroll in programs at other institutions or transfer credits to another university. We're also licensed by the HELC, which is the Higher Education Licensure Commission in Washington, D.C., which is the same organization that licenses all physical universities operating in Washington, D.C. We're also an educational member of the International Accreditation Council for Business Education, which is the IACBE. So everybody can learn more about our accreditation on our website. If you go to nexford.edu/accreditation, you'll find all the information there. And so if you have more questions on this, please don't hesitate to share. I will share also in chat the information about the Commission of University Education, as I know that that is important for aspiring learners in Kenya. All right. Does anyone have any further questions about accreditation or anything else? I want to share also that if anybody jumps on our YouTube channel, you'll see that there is a video also showcasing all of the different learners around the world that were already able to use their Nexford credentials to enroll in another university. We have hundreds of videos. We have right now 400 videos on our YouTube channel. So you'll find a lot of them are learner testimonials from around the world, including in Kenya. So that can be really useful for those who want to learn more also. I will share the link with everyone on learners being able to use their Nexford credentials for other programs or universities around the world. I've shared that on chat. Everybody can check out the link there. Let's see if we have additional questions. Okay, we have a question about graduation. So if you're a Nexford degree graduate, you can choose to attend your our graduation ceremony in Washington, D.C., or graduate at home with your family and friends. Either way, it's a great chance to celebrate your achievements. We sometimes also hold graduation ceremonies in select countries around the world. We've held ones before in Nigeria and Egypt and in Washington, D.C., of course. Nexford plans to hold a global virtual graduation sometime in the future, but details are still, being finalized. So I hope that answers your question, Jimmy. I want to also add that we have a Kenyan Nexford community space. It's a physical community space in the heart of Nairobi. So everybody can also book their visit if they want to visit there. I'm sharing the info on that in our webinar chat. You find the link also to Right. We also have a community space in Lagos in Nigeria. More details on that in the chat. All right. Does anyone else have any more questions? We need to wrap up the webinar soon. I know we're running over here, so I do thank the 15 attendees still on the call with us. If you have questions about how to apply at Nexford, if you've yet to begin your Nexford journey, I do recommend going on our website. You'll find all the information that you need there. Of course, if you want to speak with the Nexford Application Specialist, you can WhatsApp us anytime. I'll share our number also in the webinar chat, as well as our help inbox. You can send us an email. You can request a call with the Nexford Application Specialist. It's very easy to start your application at Nexford. The online application can take as little as 5 minutes to complete. The great thing is that you don't have to feel the pressure to complete your application all at once. You can jump on our online platform, put in as much details as you can in the application, exit and complete later if you like, because it saves your progress so you can continue from where you left off. And like I mentioned, we accept learners every single month. Our programs start on the 1st of every month. And the deadline to remember to join our nearest intake is the 28th or 29th of each month. So today we're still accepting applications if you wish to start your program on the 1st of November and join that cohort of learners. So Prince is asking where will the graduation ceremony be done after the completion of my MBA program? So everybody can graduate regardless of your location, right? So attending the graduation ceremonies are not mandatory. You will be graduating anyway. We will be sending you your degree certificate online. You can also request a physical copy of your degree certificate. Details on the upcoming graduation ceremonies are something you can reach out to our team for on WhatsApp or send us an email as they're still being finalized. We will be having a graduation ceremony at the beginning of next year in Nigeria, and further details of where else we're going to be holding them can also be asked from our team, and we can get back to you on that. All right. Any final questions, guys? Or just some basic information on our application journey. So everyone can go to apply.nxu. Let me share the link on the chat as well, .nexford.edu. And that way you can start your online application at any time. Of course, we need a valid form of identification. As you can see, we accept different forms of identification also. So it doesn't only have to be your government issued ID. We also accept a passport. It can be your birth certificate along with a photo. And you can receive even a same-day decision if your application is very clear and it adheres to the admission requirements for the program that you've chosen. If you have documents with different names, perhaps, or you have documents that need translating, that might delay your application decision a little bit, but it can take anywhere from 1 to 7 business days to receive an application decision. But like I said, if everything is clear and the information is clear, then you can receive a same-day decision or anywhere between 1 to 2 days. Once you've completed your application, the next step is to get enrolled and to pay at least the first month of your program tuition. Right. If you do so before October 31, you can still benefit from our scholarship offers. We do have running scholarship offers that are partial scholarship offers right now. If you want to learn more about it, also just reach out to our team. Okay, I think we're not getting any more questions in the Q&A. Let's wait a minute or two to see if we get any final questions. Otherwise, we will wrap up our virtual tour today. I will share on chat also an application guide. So this is a great PDF that you can download, keep it on your end when you're doing the online application or enrollment process. It'll have photos, and text, just a step-by-step guide through the application. It can be really, really useful for you so you can have a successful application, hopefully at Nexford. All right. Last but not least, we're going to send our, there we go. We've sent our contact information again in the webinar chat, so you can reach out to our team on email or WhatsApp. And we're happy to speak with you more. We're happy to guide you towards choosing a program that suits your study and career goals, and starting your application journey very soon if you haven't already. So I thank you so much. I thank all the attendees for joining today and taking this time out of their day to make this webinar happen, as well as my great co-host, Dr. Bill Reed, as well as Bukelwa and Tobias. Thank you so much for all of your insights and for joining me today on this webinar.
Good luck to everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye now.
Right. Bye, everyone.